think Abrade is great right now. I think Abrade is more flexible. Modern's a format where flexibility is king. The basic potato, thanks for the 2-month resub, I appreciate it. Yeah, the Streamlab alerts have been in and out. I don't know what the deal with them is. Now, the Jace will definitely almost certainly get boarded in at some point this league. Control decks have been really popular on Magic Online lately. Yeah, Braid has modes, and modes are great, is a great way to put it. Classic 0002 pair down. Well, I mean, this is a keep. Stream Decker, yep. Man. We're on the play too. I'm gonna play this Delver on one. I'm not here to not cast this Delver on one, right? Gosh, I'm glad we jammed 2 Damping Spheres into the sideboard. Alright, if you don't flip, it better at least be a land. Damn it, Delver. Damn it. Why? Why? Not like this. Not like this, chat. Oh, no. That's the worst. Like, at least if he would have flipped, it would have been okay to miss the land drop, but like, miss the land drop and have him not flip is just like the biggest kick in the dick. Yeah, for sure, Jekyll Girl. Like I said, I'm fairly objective when I measure results of things, and like I can understand that like when we have a good beat, when we don't. Need a land, draw, uncastable for... That really should be a bingo square at this point. We're probably dead, chat. So, Nathan, that's a question people ask me a lot in the blue-red deck, too. And people are just too used to Legacy. Like, having your Delver have a 1/3 chance to flip is plenty. Like, the absurd 50% chance to flip your Delver that Legacy decks get to enjoy, that's just unreasonable. Yeah. Yeah, 20 cards that Delver flips to is actually the same number of cards that flip it in the blue-red deck. We're just not winning this game. I guess if we flip to Mana Leak, even Mana Leak's not good enough because they have map. Let's get to the next one. Yep. It's a good one. We've got some sideboard cards for Tron. We've got some sideboard cards for Tron, you could argue. What do we think? Looks good? I think that looks good. I don't think I want Cryptic Command when I'm boarding in Blood Moon. Yeah, let's do it. Yep. This hand is more than good. It's great. I mean, we have Cryptic Command in the sideboard. I mean, we have Blood Moon in the sideboard, so it's not like it's in the main deck. Dang it, Delver. I'm gonna fetch a Steam Fence untapped here. Cast the Serum Visions. Get to set up this Delver flip. I'm gonna bottom this, top this. Alright, don't Clasm me, bro. Damping Sphere versus Alpine Moon. It depends on what you want your deck to be better against, Pat. Do you want... Basically, both those cards are good against Tron. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do I want this card to help me against Valakut Titan, or do I want this card to help me against Storm? And Alpine Moon is better against Valakut Titan, and Damping Sphere is better against Storm. So that's the question you want to ask yourself. I don't think there's a strictly right-wrong answer. You're always supposed to Damping Sphere, you're always supposed to Alpine Moon. I think you're supposed to look at the matches where you want the extra help and then play the card that gives you the more help in the matches that you care about. They're almost dead here, huh? Till I play Thragtusk right now. These bolts have but one place to go. Upstairs. Upstairs. Yeah, no swag Tuskerson is real good for us. I think I'm gonna blast him twice here. I'm gonna fetch Stomping Ground with this. Alright, can't beat anything. Don't play around it. Alright, don't O-Stone me, don't Nugan me. These are my cards. Welcome to Thunderdome. Two bolts in my deck. Oh. GG. GG. A true skill game we play. GG easy. Easy clap. Listen, chat, we left the bolts in our deck so we could draw them, okay? Snapcaster Mage was lethal too. I'd like the record to reflect we had 5 outs and not just 2. I watch all sorts of comic book stuff, Trump card. Resub for the never ending luck stack draws. Thank you, Pete Head, for the tier 2 resub. Sorry for the notification. Streamlabs is having some issues tonight. Streamlabs is having some issues. I think this is a keep. We've got Serum Visions help us take to a Damping Sphere potentially. All of my shirts are just random things Christy has bought for me. I don't really purchase any of my own clothing. I don't really care what I wear. I let the person who cares what I wear pick out my clothing. No, she picked those out as well. I live and die by the motto that you should only have strong opinions in your relationship about things you actually care about. And I don't really care about the clothes that I wear, so I don't really have strong opinions on them. Lurkmore, thank you very much for the 500 bits. I appreciate that. Welcome. Rude. Maybe they don't have Tron. I wonder if my computer's having an issue. I don't really feel like rebooting it though. I feel like it sounds like it's running harder than normal. Wish there a way I could port my paper to digital. I want to play Modern now, but don't want to invest more. So instead I throw bits at my favorite streamer. Thank you for the support, Blur. I appreciate it. They do always have Tron. I'm gonna fetch shock here. Cast the Serum Visions. Make a Dr. Peasy token. I did not bring in Abrade. Well. Yeah, if they don't have Tron here, I get to, like, bolt them, Thought Scour them, make some things. Okay, sweet. Maybe they don't have it. I'm gonna Mana Leak this. It makes my Snapcaster worse. And it, like, gives them redraws towards Tron this turn. If I was casting Thought Scour this turn, I was definitely targeting them with it, because I knew Ceremonious Rejection was on top of my deck, and I wanted to draw that. The fact that they missed a land altogether there might mean that this Pyromancer can take over the game. So, Dr. Dre and the Elemental gang here. That's an interesting comment, Gregor. I like that idea. I see you kids baiting bingo squares in chat. Get out of here. This is so weird. I wonder if my opponent should file for comp after this league. Their Tron deck seems to be malfunctioning. Chat, yeah, if you successfully bait a bingo square, usually you get a 2-for-1. You get whatever bingo square you were baiting and the beta bingo square. Get a beta bingo square. Just keep bricking. Why couldn't you keep bricking off? Well, at least they missed for a turn, right? We'll always have that one turn that they missed in our hearts, chat. In our heart of hearts. Good news. We're gonna bolt them. That's fine. We're gonna bolt them, which should mean they have to crack this inside of combat, so they'll be at 11. And then the Snapcaster Mage on the bolt should be able to close the game out, hopefully. Sure. They have 5 cards in hand, but, like, we have a lot going for us at the moment. I'm gonna Thought Scour myself here as well. Stifle Bird would very much win us this game. Stifle Bird's been absurd in the blue-red deck. Definitely earned the extra slot that it is. Second Snapcaster Mage is great here. So there's no way they don't blow this up, right? 0%. Yeah. The Blood Moon's whatever. I think the snaps and the counterspells should be able to pull us through here. Snap Bolt will put them to 8. Snapcaster Attack puts them to 6. to remand them into the ground. Oh, they have fucking Ulamog. Why do they always have Ulamog? This has been such a bad beat. We're not just dead yet, but we don't feel good about ourselves. Maybe we can be like a true professional and like rip a Damping Sphere here. Or a Blood Moon. Bolt's not quite lethal. It's close though. If they don't have a second Ulamog, we should be in the clear. I guess they could have double threat this turn too. It's like their best last card to have against us too. I think we're dead, chat. He'd, even Damping Sphere doesn't do it at this point. Feels bad, man. Maybe their hand is all blanks from here on out. Maybe all of the remaining cards in their hand are blanks. No blocks. Am I dead yet? Second Thrag Tusk. Why? Why does my mouth open and let words fall out? Does anybody know why my mouth opens and words fall out? All right. Dr. P. Rizzle here. Oh, sure. Yeah, Drew Ugin, no big deal. No bigs, whatevs. It's cool. Just Tron things. Getting buried by Thragtusks is one of the reasons why I really kind of like to favor Disdainful Stroke in the sideboard of a lot of these decks. Like, you'll notice the blue-red Delver deck I've been playing has 2 Disdainful Strokes and only 1 Rejection in the sideboard, because being able to not only have more counterspells to bring in against Valakut Titan, but also being able to counter Thragtusk out of Tron's a big deal in my experience. I don't actually know. I actually didn't make the bingo cards. So let's Zach Elsick put those together for us. I mean, this is definitely in the range of keepable, right? So sad. I'm all out of non-spicy trail mix. I just have like plain almonds and spicy trail mix. I think whether or not Tron should be banned And I did miss a bail. I'm just, these alerts not working are killing me. There was a big donation. Jeff, I've been a lurker for a long time on YouTube, and I promised myself that I'd make a big donation when I went 5-0 in a league with something meme-worthy of your channel. Enjoy, Amber Juskai. Baleful Twix, thank you for the $100. Really appreciate that. Do you have a link to a deck list? You did not drop a link in your thing. I would like the record to reflect that I only Baleful Twix with the brand new tier 1 sub as well. Thank you very much and welcome. Sorry my notifications are pooped this evening. What was I going to say? Nope. Hooglandia merchandise. I would like the record to reflect that I only concede to Tron with decks that never have a chance of beating Tron, which is most of the decks that people play in Modern. So just letting you know. We're going to have Hooglandia merchandise sorted by after Gen Con. So the goal is like second week of next month. Christy's supposed to be working on that. You could definitely argue that Modern's got a little bit of matchup variance in it. Teensy bit of matchup variance. I don't think I have any alcohol upstairs, but I definitely have ice cream in the fridge. So I might go get some ice cream after this match. Flip to Mana Leak. Oh, yeah. Run them into the ground. Let's go. Let's go. That actually is a lie. There's hard liquor in my fridge, but I don't know. I don't think I have anything to mix it with. And I don't have the experience to mix it with anything fancy. I think I'm out of fruit juice. Alright, so they can eat both the creatures in the discard piles to make this a 4-4 and this a 3-4, so we're not attacking with the Goyf this turn. I think I actually have Fireball and Rum Chata in the fridge upstairs too, from the 22-hour stream last month. Oh, there are 3 creatures in the bin. I forgot about the second Goyf. Yeah, I messed up. I should have attacked with this. That was a punt. This is a free attack. I remembered the Bob. I forgot they took the second Goyf out of our hand. So I missed 4 points of damage there. That's easily going to cost us this game. And that's one of those things where it's much easier for you to miss that while I'm playing Magic Online. Not only am I distracted with just like having lots of things going on while I'm streaming, but just like I'm not as on top of the graveyard because I'm not as in my face playing Magic Online versus playing paper. Tireless Tracker in our 21 land deck feels unimpressive. Huntmaster in our 21 land deck also feels unimpressive. I guess we have a bunch of cantrips. Yeah, they'd be at 3 right now if I'd have attacked with Tarmogoyf that 2 turns ago. And I assume this Delver's about to eat it, right? Because, like, they knew about these mana leaks, so, like, they played that Culligan's command into the mana leak intentionally. This is just Bloodbraid, okay. Brutal. I don't really have an opinion on Penny Dreadful. Just feels like something that's like not relevant to my life. They want a double block here. I get to trade my Goyf for the Scoos, which I think is a win for me. I think Faithless Looting is really bad in decks that don't have Lingering Souls. People really overvalue how good Faithless Looting is when you can't just like be discarding, having cards that you want to discard anyways. I feel like enough people have like tried to sell Faithless Looting as like the modern version of Brainstorm that like they don't realize that it's just like a very big far cry from that. Oh baby. Oh baby. Like these mana leaks feel pretty awkward in this deck too. Like I have all these cards that I want to tap out for, but like I have these mana leaks that I kind of want to hold up mana for. Yeah, like Dredge is a good example of a deck that like Faithless Looting is very good and busted in, right? Scavenging Ooze is about to end our lives. Yep. And then I'm just like sitting here holding this mana leak against it feels really bad. Maybe I'm just supposed to hold the Snapcaster Mage up here. I guess I could dab my cake and eat it too now. If I attack with both of these, this will be a 8/8, and they're going to gain 2, so it just doesn't accomplish anything. Yeah, I think Faithless Looting is not good enough if you don't have cards that you want to be putting in the bin. Alright, while the Scavenging Ooze shields are down, let's flash in our Snappy Boy here and bolt their dome. Evening Apprentice. I feel like it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. You have your peasant crown on instead of your... You have your Burger King crown up instead of your pretty crown. That's sad. I mean, just cards like Trackers and Tarmogoyf and stuff, like, aren't really tempo cards. There's so much mana. I think I'd rather just, like, if you wanted to play, like, a flash deck that leverages the counterspells well, you'd want to play something like the blue-red deck we've been working on. They have 2 cards left, and they know about this mana leak. They are currently at a virtual 7, because there's 1 creature left in a graveyard. Bolt is lethal. That's lethal too, right? No, they can block with Raging Ravine. I'm just gonna pass. What do I think of Faithless Looting and Grixis Death Shadow? It's like okay there. But that deck's like not playing 4 of them, right? Like the Ben Friedman list is only playing 2, I think. Like a couple of copies to like mitigate flood in the decks that have really low curves, I think is fine. How do I feel about end step, bounce their Scavenging Ooze, draw a card? I think that's the line, right? I could tap, bounce, Ravine. That would have lost to their Lightning Bolt, though. So I think that's not good enough. Pick it up. We might steal this. Somebody call the police. There's a robbery in progress. We're 1 short of killing them with this. How's my Nate going? My Nate's going all right. Getting a little bit beat up so far in these leagues, though. They know about this mana leak. Sweet. Wow. What do I think of the Kiln Fiend deck? It's like a interesting, different infect is the best way I'd describe it. I don't know that it's particularly good, but it does something. It does something that's objectively powerful, is the way I would describe it. So this, I think it's this. All right. So something that's come up on stream a lot is people talking about like the card Alpine Moon versus like Blood Moon versus Damping Sphere. And what Blood Moon does that Alpine Moon doesn't is you get to bring it in against these 3-color mid-range decks and try and basically steal games out of nowhere. So basically when you're choosing your sideboard cards, you want to be deciding like, okay, what, like obviously Damping Sphere, Alpine Moon, and Blood Moon are all cards that are decent against big mana. But you want to decide what other matchups outside of big mana do you want those cards to be good against. So like Damping Sphere, oh yeah, the Roast should be in my deck. Why isn't Roast in my deck? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the save, Twitch chat. Twitch chat's such a competitive advantage. Y'all are alright. I take back most of the bad things I've said about you over the years. That gets us basic forest, which is nice. Now we deserve all that. God bless. I go tippy top here. Next turn we'll go fetch basic forest Goyf. There's your real crowd. Look at that. I love how those turned out. Those turned out just A+. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So many non-basics, chat. I'm getting all tingly in my naughty bits. Just gotta dodge a discard spell for one more turn here. Basic forest. Rude. Kind of monster plays a basic forest opponent. Deal. Resolves. Alright. It is a pretty sweet basic forest, that's fair. Hey look, a mountain. The basic forest is a big deal too, because yeah, it lets them cast Bloodbraid Elf, and this can hit Maelstrom Pulses and Abrupt Decays. Grim Lavamancer. Rude. Really don't have amazing blocks here. Our steal with Blood Moon might be short-lived, chat. What a tilt. What a T-I-L-T tilt. It's multiple basic forests in your Jund deck. Who puts multiple basic forests in their Jund deck? Alright, you're off the team. Get it back in here, Cryptic Command. I'm 10 out of 10 getting some ice cream after this match. I need it, Chad. I need it. I need the sugar in my body. I think there's still Reese's Peanut Butter Cup ice cream upstairs in the freezer. Maddie Bamonte, what's going on, bud? Are you back in town? You were at a wedding, right? Matt, there's alcohol in my house, but I don't know how to alcohol. You should come over. I'm doing like 1 or 2 more leagues after this one. I'll share my ice cream with you. Oh, this is bad. This dies to bolt. Bob Fadad, land. Need a red source real bad. If I miss here, we're gonna be pretty punished. Ding. Never didn't have it. Our health total is getting a little bit low here, though. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Do-do-do-do. We're gonna die before we can crack these clues. But opponent, you could have killed both of my clues. Instead, you just killed one Tireless Tracker. Silly opponent. Does that count as a children's song for bingo? Maybe? I feel like it probably does. Opponent passing up the 2-for-1. Just doesn't appreciate value. Kids these days. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Why do they have all these cards I can never beat? There's this Raging Ravine that's hiding out. I'm gonna block plus bolt this. I'm gonna hopefully draw a Huntmaster next turn. Well, as far as good draws go, certainly towards the top. Keeps them from rebuying the Tarmogoyf. I'm not going to snap bolt the Liliana just yet, because if they have the untapped land, I might want to snap bolt the Raging Ravine instead, depending on how they sequence their Liliana. Yeah, clues are a great mechanic, 10 out of 10. I'll earn my sword eventually. Thanks for the memes and the content. Captain Jack, thanks for the re-up. I appreciate it. Sorry my notifications are foobarred right now. Alright, so we get to trade with Bloodbraid Elf. I guess I'm bolting the Liliana the last hope. Hoping to draw like another bolt here. I mean, that's kind of a bolt. That's probably a better line white seal. I ripped the Abrade like a professional, so my line ended up working out. But I think maybe you're right. I'm supposed to take 3 and bolt the Lava Man attack there. Mr. Silicon, back from the holiday in time for Hoagland at night. Thanks for the 15-month free subscription. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, you're totally right that they hadn't. Are they just draining me out? That's so do they have another removal spell for this? Did they really just drain me instead of killing this Young Pyromancer? That's so unbelievably aggro. Oh, we're getting K-commanded. They're gonna K-command, shoot this, make me discard. That is maybe the best draw on our deck. It is a card that blocks Raging Ravine. Alright, they have 0 cards left. Are we ahead? I think we're ahead. Like right now, they're gonna draw a good card here, but like at this particular snapshot, we are ahead, right? So what am I doing here? Yeah, Moto's been having a tough time. That I think there might be... I think I might need to kick my computer. Am I supposed to clue first? I'm probably supposed to clue first. That's probably the right play. Well, I mean... Then they're just dead if they attack me, right? Put you to 9. It's unfortunate. Yes, one good draw deserves another. They're gonna kill our token and make us discard our card, probably. This is why I didn't want to crack the clue, because of discard spells. I didn't articulate that, but that's why I paused on cracking the clue. Oh, sweet. That's so aggressive. Please attack me. Please attack me. No, we had to cut the line donation for after this, so we're actually going to be doing Jeskai Arroyo after this. Removal spell is lethal. Do I bottom this? How many lethal draws do I have? They have Bloodbraid Elf in their hand. I have 2 roasts and 3 lightning bolts in my deck that are lethal right now. So it's 5 draws. I guess if I top this, I can attack with this other one. Maelstrom, Snapcaster Mage isn't lethal, because I don't have enough mana to bolt Snap Bolt. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to hit with this. They're gonna go to 4, play this other Goyf, and we just need their Bloodbraid Elf to not cascade into Maelstrom Pulse, basically. Bloodbraid Elf into Bolt isn't good enough here. This was a close set. Goyf is a really good magic card. Yeah, people are dicks, Austin. Just gonna go to my turn. So, do I shove with both of these? I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I'm not a stay-at-home dad anymore, but for years I was. My tweet was actually talking about people who just want to crap on you at all times. When I quit my full-time job to be a stay-at-home dad for several years, I had people tell me that I was like lazy, or that I wasn't a real man because I was staying at home instead of working. And then when I recently put my kids into daycare so I could start streaming full-time as work, those same people told me that I was a bad parent for putting my kids into daycare. So you just want to like take people like that out of your lives. They're just not worth your time. I think the best quote was, you could lie down on the floor and let people like that walk all over you, and they'd complain that you weren't flat enough to stand on. Yeah, they're just not worth your time. That's a great draw. Do I ship with these Goyfs now? If I ship with both Goyfs, what's the outcome? They like double block one, and then I bolt their thing and we bounce. I think I'm gonna just ship with both. I think I'm supposed to ship with both here. Yeah, that's the absolute worst. When people are like, oh, you're babysitting the kids. It's like, no, they're my kids. I'm not babysitting my kids. I'm taking care of them because I'm a parent. Because that's what a parent does. They take care of their children. Gabjiggy, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Sorry we don't have a pop-up this evening. Welcome. Thank you for the support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Man. Yeah, I think taking the Goyf off the table is better for us there. Because, like, the Goyf's going to keep bouncing with my Goyf, so I just want to get them under the Abyss here ASAP. Holy gosh. Well, one good set of top decks deserves another, chat. One good set of top decks deserves another. I'm not planning to be online tomorrow night. Planning to take tomorrow off, I think. Although I'm also going to be off the next 2 weekends, so maybe I'm not going to make any promises. I'm going to see what Christie's plans are. I'm going to defer to the boss for tomorrow night. The SSD that I got was faster in terms of read-write speed. Is the build I linked, did it not have the right SSD in it? I thought it did. No, I am getting an M2 drive. Yeah. This is, maybe you're looking at an old Blink. You're probably looking at an old Blink at 117. This is what I ended up ordering. I ended up getting an M2 drive. So this is absurdly great because I get to pass the turn here, flipping this Huntmaster, and then I get to Snapcaster a spell next turn, flipping it back. Oh, you know what? This attack's probably bad. Maybe. Let's see what they do. I think this is fine for us. I like trade my Goyf for their Ravine and their Finks. Then my Huntmaster flips here. Now I'm going to get tokens out of this too. Man, I know I was talking crap about this Huntmaster, but we've really pulled back into this game, right? How much you got to pay for Grixis Shadow? Matthew, if you come over, we can play Grixis Shadow 2 leagues from now. So I had someone pay to get the next league, but you can get the league after that one. If you come over and hang out, and you can hang out for that long, you can get the league after that one. All right, so they only have one green up here, right? So if I Snapcaster and I target Abrade here, their Scavenging Ooze will die. Well, I've got this league and I've got one more, Matthew. So if you get here before the league after this one is done, we can play the deck you want. I haven't done the calculus, but they might be dead. Remember, this is going to flip back here too, so this is only going to be worth 2. So they're going to go to 12. The Goyfs will bounce. They'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They are exactly dead. They are exactly dead. I believe the math makes them exactly dead. And I have a roast here, so I don't know. Maths for blockers. Let's figure it out. Ace, base, smash, face, right? They also believe that they're exactly dead because they are. Whew. Man, we lost a close one to Tron. That match was a slog. All right, I'm going to go get my fat face some ice cream, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to play some more. I'll be right back. Oh, ugh. The Delvers make this deck worse. Nah, I think the Delvers are good. The Delvers give this deck a nut draw, which is what you need out of Modern. You want your Modern decks to have nut draws. Nut draws are great. All right, Storm and Norman, eh? Turn 2 Goyf, that's not bad. Yeah, I mute myself while I chew and clank my spoon around in my ice cream bowl. Perfect. Yeah, I agree with that, Andrew. I think I'd rather have Delver than Tracker in this list, as odd as that sounds. I feel like Delver kind of gives it something to be like working towards. Like give you a nut draw as opposed to like trying to grind more. Yeah, I really don't understand why Arena is not just an open beta at this point. It seems kind of weird that it's not. Looking for more disruption at this point. I'm going to go bottom this top tracker, or top visions. So, I opted to play Serum Visions here as opposed to the tracker because I wanted to... I'm trying to find a bolt to kill this. Well... Chandra's very, very good in Modern. Just in Magic in general, right? The card was very impressive in the Scred Swans deck that we played. Very impressive. That's pretty clean. Just like cut my top in, bring in these. I think that's good. I don't think I want Roast in this matchup. You can play Chandra with counterspells. Ticking up Chandra and hitting a counterspell is no different than ticking up Chandra and hitting a land. It's fine. It's very fine. Huntmaster is just a card that, in my experience playing Modern, generally isn't worth the mana cost you put into it. It's also kind of hard to cast a deck with as few lands as this deck has. I get that we have a bunch of cantrips, but like 4 is a lot of mana in Modern. The bar for a card to be playable when it costs 4 mana is pretty high. Delver Fae got pushed out by a large donation again. I think for future streams, I'm gonna have to start starting with Delver Fae so that way it can't get pushed out. I think you're overestimating the cost, the deck building restriction there, Austin. I think Chandra is just a good enough card and you don't have to warp your deck to make it work. I like Silence against Storm better than Leyline. In my experience, it's more reasonable. Both of these seem good, actually. Let's just go top there. I actually don't have an instant in the discard pile yet, so getting to opt into the Remand will make my Goyf bigger, which is nice. It could be okay, Gab. I know the Omni Show decks always felt like they really needed another Show and Tell effect. So being able to use Dream Halls for that might be okay. 5's just a lot of mana, though. Yeah, decks that don't have access to white or black in Modern tend to struggle against large creatures, obviously. Having Roast be your best removal is not great. That sucks. I mean, like, basically the idea is that, like, Chandra's a card that's good to kill your opponent with. So, when Chandra flips a counterspell, instead of generating card advantage, she's killing your opponent, which seems fine. Can they beat this Bolt here? He's like an aggressive Giga Drowse. I mean, assuming that we have a bunch of counter magic in our deck isn't unreasonable, because, well, we do. They're dead, right? Hit you for 6, Bolt Snap Bolt. Do I want McDonald's? Gosh. Do I want McDonald's? I can get breakfast at any time, right, Matthew? You know what actually sounds really good after I just finished stuffing my face with ice cream? Get me a McGriddle and a hash brown. A McGriddle with just cheese on it and a hash brown. McGriddle cake, slice of cheese, hash brown. This stream ever been more American? McDonald's breakfast at 11 o'clock at night. If you've never had a McGriddle before, it's basically it's a pancake that they use as like sandwich buns. And it has little pockets of syrup inside the pancake. It's truly a beautiful invention. And I swear, I actually don't eat McDonald's that often, but a McGriddle and a McDonald's hash brown just sounds like really good right now. You don't have McGriddles in Australia? Just became more American with this tasty capitalism. Thanks for the bit, Scab. I appreciate it. Listen, chat. I'll have you know that I spent 2 hours at the gym this morning. And you know why I spent those 2 hours at the gym? Explicitly so I can eat like garbage. I think I just slammed this Goyf, right? Fear though. One Gun Therapy with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry my my Twitch alerts are dead this evening. You don't have McGriddles in the UK? Man, I heard everything was better in America, but now that I know that we're the only ones with McGriddles, I know it's true. What do I do at the gym? I spend an hour to an hour and 15 minutes playing on various weight machines and pulleys. And then I spend 45 minutes to an hour walking on the treadmill. Look at that. They made our Goyf bigger for us. God bless you, opponent. We Idaho folks don't have anything except magic and Twitch chat. Well, I mean, one of those things is good. Magic and Twitch chat. One of those things is decent. Gosh, I'm so excited for this hash brown. Is this an Ambush Viper turn? I guess that does increase the clock a pretty good deal, huh? Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I'm a fan of Eggs Benedict. I don't actually know what that is offhand. I am a non-meat eater, though. So, if that involves animals, it's not my thing. Reaper B, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome. Which spell? Dispel? Dispel right over here. Is Elf so bad that you play Huntmaster over it? So this deck can't play Bloodbraid Elf because it's got a bunch of counterspells in it. You don't want Bloodbraid Elf in your counterspell deck. Really, really don't. I've started intermittent fasting this week. Have you ever looked into it? Fasting sounds like the opposite of eating, and I do enjoy eating. Repeal my Tarmogoyf, sure. I mostly just eat things I like. And I don't go to the gym because I'm dieting. Like I just ate a bowl of ice cream and Matthew's bringing me McDonald's. Obviously, I'm not on a diet. I just like to, you know, be able to like chase my kids around the backyard or up and down the block for an hour and not feel like I'm going to die. That's basically why I exercise. Oh, you know, I probably should have gotten another Steam Vent there. I don't need 2 green, and I could use 2 red. It's a little bit loose somewhere. I'm going to bottom this. We've got plenty of pressure. I'm just looking for more counter magic. Like that. Counter magic like that, chat. Ooh. Yeah, it was weird timing on their part. I wonder what they were gifting for if they wanted the gifts during their main phase like that. Let's not do that. This mana leak's gonna have diminishing return, so I'm gonna counter the second ritual here. And this hopefully means they're spent at this point. Alright, chat, we're out of counter spells. They're at 3. It's a shame these Abrades are not lightning bolts. EE on 2 is terrible. EE on 2 kills my pressure. Sweet. Why do we leave EE in? Because sometimes they go for goblins, yeah. Alright, well, we're 2-1. And the match that we lost was to Tron, and it was super close. They got pretty fortunate. I'm a bad shill in the evenings, because I'm kind of mellow. And this is bonus stream time. But I'm Jeff Hoagland. If you like my stuff, please consider doing like Reaper B and Gun Therapy, and lots of other people have done the night. And subscribe to the channel. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to stream. Really grateful for them. Check out some of these wonderful people too. Cardsphere, Inked Gaming, Cool Stuff Inked. These wonderful goofy faces on this banner. All these services and people are great. I really appreciate their support. There's a sponsors link down below the stream. Get all those wonderful discount codes there. We'll be back to our normally scheduled high caliber shilling on Monday. Here are 4 salty bits for the sales tax and your upcoming McDonald's meal. Thanks, Strike It. I am still shilling for comfy beds. I actually have so many. Up, get it? I have enough sponsors that I have 2 pages. So yeah, the Lisa mattresses are great. Would not represent them if they weren't. All right. Is there a Jorian in this deck? There is totally a Jorian in this deck. Modern staple Jorian. Come on, Delver. Come on. Rude. Oh, you know what? This should have been red. What happened to Blue Red Delver? $100 donation happened to Blue Red Delver. So this needs to be Stomping Ground now, which is a little bit awkward because I want to play Goyf this turn. I think Delver's fine. I think people overestimate how many instants and sorceries they need in their deck for Delver to be playable. Your deck doesn't need to be 50% for Delver to be playable. Like, Delver just giving you a nut draw some of the time is fine. Yeah, I think for the rest of the week, while I'm getting in reps with Blue Red Fae, I'm gonna start putting Blue Red Fae first, so that way if people do cut the line donations, I still get to play it every day. My McDonald's is here, chat. Who's excited for my McDonald's? When is it happening next? Every other stream this week is gonna start with Blue Red Fae. So the first deck of every league is going to be Blue Red Fae. I'm not in for Bolt. I think I'm in for this opt. Move this webcam over to here so when Matthew comes in, you'll be able to see his ugly face. So do I want to jam this Huntmaster of the Fells? I think I do. I guess they could have no, they're probably not on Verdict Sweepers, right? They're probably just on a bunch of. Oh, now I'm really sad. It's just my wife. It's not Matthew.
Is he supposed to be coming?
He's coming over. I'm gonna run a little bit late.
Wasn't he at a wedding?
He was at a wedding, but he's home now.
I'm sad it's my wife.
Well,
F you.
Matt's bringing me McDonald's. How were your games?
Fine. Rub my feet.
Rub your feet.
No, that tickles. I said rub them, not tickle them.
They can see you, just so you know.
I'm aware I can see the screen.
You can see. You're so smart. What did you play tonight?
Azul.
Azul. Is that all you played? You weren't out very long.
I'm tired.
You're tired.
And I watched the end of a movie. It was a weird movie.
Yeah, I'm in for another threat here. Oh, that's a good draw. Assuming they have another 2-mana cards, but they could have something like Logic Knot here. Yeah, we're gonna get Logic Knot in. That feels bad that we got mana leaked when we didn't have Snare. We get Logic Knot in when we do have Snare. I mean, they need to take Tracker off the table, Rogue. Like, Tracker's scary enough that they're willing to 1-for-1 it for sure. How greedy are you?
Are you doing another league after this one?
Yeah, or 2 more, you know.
It's 11 o'clock.
It is. That's why I said it was going to be late.
But if you do 2 more leagues, it's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's, yep.
You're dumb.
Do you hear how mean she is to me, chat? She told me I was dumb. So I'm going to bolt this Jace, obviously. And I think I'm going to crack up Fetch Land before we crack this other clue, because there's a Tireless Tracker on the bottom of our deck from Terminus. So I would like to shuffle that back in before we draw more cards here. This Colonnade is going to give us the business.
Of all the things you could get, why are you getting McDonald's?
Because that's where Matthew is going anyways. We're gonna die to
like
this
Saturday or something, isn't it?
We're gonna die to this pretty quickly. It is Saturday.
Days of the week don't matter when you have kids.
Days of the week don't matter. They all blur together. No, we're not doing a 12-hour stream. That's not happening. We can feel Christy's disapproval from here. I did get a $100 donation to run late, so I'm not doing this for free. Yeah, we're going to be at least 6. We're going to do probably more than 6 if I do 2 more leagues.
I mean, you're taking tomorrow off?
Yeah, probably.
But for a price.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Listen, chat, when someone tells you they won't do something on Twitch, it just means they haven't been offered enough money yet to do that thing on Twitch. Like those streamers who think they have self-respect and will tell you they don't do donation decks. They just haven't been offered enough money yet to do a donation deck. Nah, a bunch of those people stream music when they're not supposed to, and that's against the TOS, so, you know, that's not... Oh, I should have...
We're just a host.
We're just dead at this point, right? Hey, Evars, thanks for the host. Welcome to people who can put over from there. Playing some Modern. Yeah, I don't have any outs to Celestial Colonnade, so let's just move on to the next one. Celestial Colonnade, proving once again why it's one of the best creature lands in the format. Hey, look at that. We boarded in Jace twice tonight. It's above average. How much for me to stream music? Let's say 10 grand a month. Yeah, 10 grand a month. I can lose some of those pesky morals for that amount of money. Blood Moon doesn't feel great here. I disagree. Were you somewhere else while we just died to that Celestial Colonnade? Because I was here, and the entire time I was dying, I was like, you know what's in my sideboard? Blood Moon. Music you don't have the rights to stream is against the Twitch TOS. If you've ever opened a streamer's past videos and it says their videos have been muted for audio reasons, it means they're breaking their Twitch terms of service because they've streamed audio that they don't have permission to redistribute via Twitch. I also have to make up for lost revenue, Nicole. Because, like, if I stream with music, it means I don't get YouTube archives. And then if I don't have YouTube archives, I lose subscribers because people subscribe for YouTube archives. Do you want anything from McDonald's? Matthew's going now.
No.
No, she's too hoity-toity for McDonald's.
No, I'm not. I'm going to bed. Text. Get him a cheeseburger.
Get him a cheeseburger. Matthew, McGriddle with cheese, a slice of cheese. No other toppings, just McGriddle cakes and cheese and a hash brown.
Because there's something wrong with you.
There's a lot of things wrong.
You don't put cheese on pancakes.
Look, they sell cheese.
You don't put cheese on pancakes.
They sell cheese
on
them. It's delicious. Look it, Matthew loves me and accepts me for who I am. Why can't you?
What's Interotics talking about? No, you don't put cheese on pancakes.
Oh, Anoronics hit his 500k bit crown.
Cool. That's fun. Is it a special color?
The 812 Overture. I don't know what that is, the burper. Oh, Delver.
Did Anoronics get a new crown?
He did. But he likes the teal crown, so I'm going to switch it so the teal crown is the 500k crown.
You don't put cheese with maple syrup. I'm sorry, it's wrong.
It's delicious. Is that what you said?
It's wrong. It's so wrong. I do love me some McGriddle patties, but keep your cheese away from them. Nasty people.
All right, well.
I like my McGriddle patties with bacon in between them.
I guess I'm just opting here. Yeah, opt isn't exactly helpful for Delver. Look at that, punished. Should have just drawn the island.
Maple syrup on cinnamon rolls just sounds like a heart attack.
So the real question here is, am I supposed to jam the Tireless Tracker, or am I supposed to wait until I can make some clues next turn?
Ooh.
Probably supposed to wait till I can make some clues, right?
Potato pancakes are delicious.
This also lets me save the fetch land to scry with the Delver trigger.
I like potato pancakes with sour cream, though.
What does it keep? So I put a stop on my upkeeps. That way after our Delver trigger resolves, we have an option to crack our fetch land here. Get kind of a pseudo scry. That being said, that doesn't flip my Delver, but I am willing to draw a Snapcaster Mage here.
Yeah, that maple syrup on pizza person should probably be timed out.
Maple syrup on pizza. It says poutine. I don't know what that means.
No, somebody said pizza.
Are you pathing my tracker? Rude. What the non-Americans in chat need to realize is that everything is better when you add cheese to it. And as soon as you realize that, your life will be better.
I had a poutine thing in Canada once.
Especially American cheese. Yeah.
American cheese.
I don't understand. Are we all high or pregnant or something? Glad I got to catch the stream at least once. Put it at something aggressive. Thank you, Colin, for the $2 donation. Sorry, my notifications are a little whack at the moment. I think that was a couple minutes ago, too. Sorry.
Jeez.
My uptake is...
Suck.
God, this... Yeah, man, this Delver card, chat.
You know what else Canada had?
What's that?
Like, their condiments were powder. Like, the ketchup was powder.
The ketchup was powder?
Yeah.
There's Canadians...
And the barbecue sauce was powder, too.
Is that real, chat, or is she crazy? Are your condiments powder in Canada?
Unprocessed dairy single.
She's crazy. Good. As a Canadian, I have never seen powdered condiments. My Delvers can't flip, but I can bolt snap bolt you, opponent.
I'm telling you, the ketchup was powder. It was at a theme park. Does that help? So it was like at the condiment stand outside the poutine shack.
Oh, chat. This fugitive wizard, chat. One-third of our deck flips Delver. It's fine, we're just unlucky. We're about to get Terminus, too. Get out of here, no Terminus for you.
I better have a picture of it.
Watch us, like, draw 2 instants and sorceries here. And then the Delver just doesn't flip again next turn. Correct. 1/3 is definitely lower than the 1/2 that you often have. You're welcome to queue into whatever you want, Rick.
I didn't go on a trip.
Yeah, of
well,
course.
I mean, I did go on a trip, but not a trip from school.
Of course I've had mayo on fries. What about my physique says to you that I haven't tried mayonnaise on fries? Come on now.
Mayonnaise on fries is kind of delicious. Not gonna lie about that one.
Alright, so what am I doing with my life here? I think it's Dr. Peasy, Bolt Your Snap. I think we're just like not playing around the sweeper at this point. Because like if they had a sweeper, they would have swept, right? Sweeper gonna sweep, 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 sweep. I'm gonna fetch basic mountain, fetch basic island, slam this Blood Moon.
See? Where's the camera? The ketchup is in a shaker because it's powder.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. There you go, show.
Oh. Wait, you can't read the label. How do I turn it? It's gonna turn.
How do I turn it? You're good. The only thing the internet's gonna see is the fact that your phone's not charged.
It's ketchup powder.
They boarded in. They have Celestial Purge here? What if they have Celestial Purge? Christy has the most awkward version of Christy for her name spelling. It's Kristi.
Oh,
sorry, least popular.
You don't even know that.
It is.
Why is everybody all up in my battery business?
Everybody's up in your battery business. Have you never seen a screenshot posted on the internet? Don't verdict me, bro. Don't do it. Oh, this is the 6-mana Terminus, isn't it? Yep. That's fine. We have a Delver on top, and we know it's going to flip, so...
Look, it's at 11%. That's going to last like another 30 minutes. And I'll be asleep before then.
So they're at 5, so we have lethal on board here.
Ooh, like a chipotle aioli.
I boarded out my mana leaks and my remand. That was probably wrong. That's probably wrong. Where's the Snapcaster Mage when you need one? Alright, well. He's a little bit late. Obviously, I wanted that so I could cast it at their end of turn to, like, Snap Bolt and then untap and kill them, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Sounds disgusting.
It's an OG Nokia. Just gonna go ahead and play my snaps now.
I was reading a post today written by a Subway employee who told a vegan that mayonnaise has eggs in it and like shattered her world, and that sucked me into a Reddit post for longer than I care to admit about vegans not understanding that mayonnaise is made with eggs.
Hey, I want to do both now because I want to Serum Visions. I also just want to get them in under counter magic. Like, the opponent likely has things like Cryptic Command in their deck.
Like, this poor girl had her world shattered because she'd been eating mayonnaise and she thought that she was a vegan. And then she told her to put the mayonnaise on the sandwich anyway.
Well, yeah, she just wanted to eat the delicious thing. This is a Snapcaster Opt. Cryptic Command tap draw. Okay. So you get to go ahead and jam Blood Moon here, which turns off their search for Azcanta. So, while Blood Moon doesn't always screw blue-white out of the game, turning off their Celestial Colonnades and their Azcantas is pretty reasonable. I don't think I want to jam this Tarmogoyf. They kind of need a sweeper anyways, so I don't really want to play a third threat out when they need a sweeper to begin with.
No, mayonnaise is just made with eggs.
Now, I don't want a Blood Moon pre-combat, because then they could counter my spell and tap my team with the Cryptic Command.
I upvoted exactly one post in that Reddit thread. It was because the person that said that, they learned that mayo is only made from eggs from Stardew Valley. I was like, you person, you deserve an upvote.
I think we're dead, chat. How many bolts are in my deck? Only through 2 bolts. Okay, I've got 2 bolts and 33 cards here. They kept a card with the Azcanta. That's probably not good for us. Sculpt my mind, huh?
Isn't a fig a plant? Maybe I don't know what a fig is. There's vegan everything. The vegan ice cream is awful. They had samples of it at the grocery store. Even the kids wouldn't eat it.
Even the kid. That's the best way to tell if something is good or not. Give it to the child. This is supposed to be delicious, child. Is it? Whew. I feel like we stole that one. So the fact that they're on Terminus and not Supreme Verdict kind of makes me reevaluate these. These probably shouldn't have been boarded out. There's probably too many Dispels. We have a lot of grocery stores where we live.
We have a stupid amount of grocery stores.
Yeah, so while we're surrounded, while I can drive 10 to 15 minutes to hit cornfields, like the town I live in is fairly decent size. We have a public university, a private university, and a community college here, along with the national headquarters for several insurance companies. 2? Multiple? I don't remember if it's 2 or 3. It's at least 2. I'm going to trim this Thought Scour because it's kind of just filler. With all the moon hate, do you side them out? I don't think so. Being able to turn off Celestial Colonnade and search for Azcanta if they don't have an answer is a pretty big deal. Am I against major city living? I'm against driving in Chicago traffic. I'm against paying the prices that it costs to buy houses of reasonable sizes in major city areas. I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, so I really have no desire to ever go back to living in a major city or the suburbs of a major city.
We have a grocery store that also has like a food court and a restaurant, and I'm pretty sure you can buy alcoholic drinks from the bar and drink them while you grocery shop.
And they deliver.
And they deliver for free. Somebody mentioned Beyond Meat. That is actually, they make good stuff. They are the only ground beef vegetarian substitute that I can stomach. Like, if you cook it right, I wouldn't know that it's not actually ground beef. The texture is exactly the same, and like if you're making taco meat out of it or something like that, or sloppy joes, and you're changing the flavor anyway, you don't even notice. The sloppy joes were really good, weren't they?
We are up late, Uncle Gale. What match is this? I think this is match 4. Yes, match 4. We're 2-1. This is game 3 of this one. We're doing at least one more league after this, maybe two. I think I need to reboot my computer, Rick. Don't just want to play Tracker out into their counter magic here. Not putting threats into play also like makes any terminuses they draw much worse. Yep. Yeah, driving on the expressways is much nicer once you get up around 57. You know, assuming people aren't shooting at you while you're driving.
But I don't feel like we're in a small town and not in the city. Like, where we live doesn't feel different than where we grew up, except for where we grew up, the way it feels goes on for an hour in any direction you drive, and here it only lasts for 15 minutes.
This is absurdly aggressive. I really don't care though, because like, if I was moving to discard because they bounced this, I might fight over it, but because I'm not moving to discard, I think that's just like fine, just resolves. I think I'm gonna fetch a Steam Vents here.
That's a stupid amount of money.
$900,000.
Our first apartment here, granted, was the size of a shoebox, but it was only $535 a month and included utilities. And it was a nice little apartment. It was small, but it was nice.
Yeah, and like the tempo loss isn't even really that huge, right?
$4,000 a month for an apartment? Ugh.
Let me get a Steam Vents here. So this way, next turn I can get basic forest, I can bolt snap bolt without shocking myself.
That's not really true. I don't feel like there's anything we're missing from here. We even have a Portillo's now. Like,
we even have a Portillo's now.
We're not missing anything.
We don't have a White Castle, to be fair.
We don't have a White Castle, and that breaks my heart.
Don't go breaking my heart. Couldn't if I tried.
The most expensive house here is like a couple million, but it's like 50 rooms and 25 bathrooms and like has a pool and 6 tennis courts and...
What's White Castle? It's really greasy fast food.
It's not greasy.
It is.
It's mushy. We do not have anything called Taco Cabana. I've never heard of that.
Ugh, getting Snap Cryptic here feels pretty bad. I guess it gives us an opening to stick this Tireless Tracker, though, which is nice.
White Castle is delicious. Bite your tongue. White Castle is so good, but then they discontinued the ghost pepper cheese, and that was the best kind of cheeseburger.
Remand's a great draw. Means this this tracker. Ooh, that's a good draw too.
The cost of living here is cheaper than where we grew up near Chicago, but
that's a real low bar.
I don't know. It's super reasonable compared to Seattle.
Zaxby's. Nope, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Zaxby's, no.
Did 149 grand, did that include the land fragnads? Or is that just for the structure? Because that includes the land. That's super cheap.
We have a Chick-fil-A.
Wonder if they're going to tuck this Tireless Tracker here. Wow, I just got to remand them. That's good.
I think South Side Burbs is as specific as we'll get on the internet.
It's possible I'm supposed to play this other tracker out here. Let's see if we can find a land here. Oh yeah, it's like Blue's Clues up in this. I censored myself. All right. All right. Well, assuming we can manage to not die to this Celestial Colonnade, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot.
What's that newer chicken place called here? The one by the dentist office.
I don't know. I don't know which one you're talking about. Slim Chickens?
Yeah.
Slim Chicken.
Do you guys have that one? My coworkers swear by it, but I don't think it's very good. I had it once, and it, like, juiced, and it was gross.
I'm just going to take this hit. I wonder if there's going to be a hard cast Terminus turn. It feels like they need to sweep this board pretty badly.
Popeyes is great.
Ooh, they could give us the D, too. If there's the tension sphere, that'd be pretty bad. Verdict, sure. I guess I just go Goyf here and pass. They do have Cryptic up. Alright, they're technically done on board here. It's a shame we're going to die before we get to use these 5 clues. Don't you Terminus me. Stop it. Stop it.
I think Maddie's here.
Yeah, I thought about it, Rogue, but I felt like I was in a position to race. But maybe I was overestimating my position to race. I felt like the Tarmogoyf gave me good merit to race.
We do have Potbelly.
Terminus is just so efficient at what it does. Like, the fact that they get to sweep my board and hit me with Colonnade this turn is just, like, absurd. Hopefully they get greedy and just play the Teferi instead. Yeah, this is a good play on their part.
Ugh, Matt's here. I gotta leave. Who are you telling to shh? You shh.
Hold up. Where'd you go?
You're done early.
Done early?
Yeah.
Oh, I started at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Why am I on? I'm on because, geez, Jace,
Yeah, I was right.
Did you find anything?
There's
What-
lots of sand.
What are we looking for? Huntmaster the Fells would be absurd.
Yeah. Chat wanted you more than they wanted me.
Well, I know that. I know that. Oh, God.
Like a t-shirt or something?
That Cryptic
No.
Command's pretty good.
I'm going to take this off.
The Bolt's not terrible either.
Bye, chat.
I'm gonna go top here.
You did.
Don't miss me too much.
I will miss you, though.
We can crack the clue into the Cryptic Command and bounce this, so if they don't have Dispel here, we could be okay.
I'm tired.
Good night, waifu.
And I'm apparently gonna have to get up with children.
You're tired. It's only 11:30.
Yeah, well, it's almost Declan o'clock.
Oh, that's
Almost
good.
Declan
I'm
o'clock.
excited for that.
Can you try to yell a little quieter?
No,
You can try.
I can try.
We'll try.
Chat, yell at him when he yells. AKA
Oh, yeah.
talks how he always talks.
Oh, you're playing a Delver deck. I'm so lucky that I'm here. Are you dead?
I think we're dead.
They have a good...
Survey says. Matt was at a wedding. Holy gosh, we're not dead. That's impressive. I think they played a land this turn already, too.
God, that'd be so brutal if they did.
Yeah, they did. God, that's great.
Get served.
And we know they don't have a counterspell.
You should have drawn a card first, right?
No, I want to put a counter on here.
First?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Christ. Dang.
There's a Dispel on top of my deck, too.
Dang. The problem is you have to beat this colony to get.
I have double bolt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's not okay.
Are we?
Oh my god, you have a million. This is just blue-white?
Yeah, straight blue-white.
100%?
Yep. So no bolts. Can't jump up and kill us.
That's good. Oh, they're smart.
Oh, I guess that fetch means Snapcaster plus a path kills us. But if they had a path, they would have used it, right? But I still shouldn't have cracked that fetch. I should have just drawn the Dispel and then... Alright, well I know they don't have a counter spell because they would have countered last turn, but they're going to get to take a couple of looks here. But I have a Dispel. I definitely shouldn't have cracked that fetch. Don't ignore Kinketter. Thoughts on guest and stream that isn't Mott on the August 5th? Yeah, I could definitely swing that, Mr. Ketter. Why not all three of us? It'll be like our team for Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, please.
Oh, we're dead to the Teferi. I know he has the Teferi. Damn it. I played that game so well up until that point.
This game is so hard.
Alright, I need my McDonald's, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're just like, you're sitting there, it's teasing me. It's making my mouth water and it's making me lose focus. It's all Matthew's fault.
Oh, man, that was good. I'm glad I walked in for a punt. That makes me so happy.
Alright, we're going to finish this league, and then I think I'm going to re-kick my computer to see if it fixes the Streamlabs issue.
They were so thrilled with me ordering breakfast, by the way, in case you were wondering. Please taste their tears with the...
That's all I want is your view, Matthew.
Oh, I did watch you die to Storm, I think, right? Is that what you died
No,
to?
we beat Storm,
You
sir.
beat Storm?
Maybe? Yeah, we beat Storm.
Okay. Vegas is going to be great. Vegas is always great. I mean...
So Dark Slick Shore's Sleight of Hand means this is a bolt upstairs matchup, but I have Pyromancer, so I probably want to wait a turn.
Ugh, nice deck.
If I'm with my Cryptic Command basic forest deck.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play Legacy. Most likely, I think is their feeling.
Yeah, I think he's locked into Legacy. I'm gonna mute myself while I chew this really quick. Kent Ketter. Matt and I were out last night, and I was like, if you're playing Legacy, you're either playing Infinite Matches with Miracles, or you're registering Sneak and Show. Those are your options. These are your choices. Pick one.
I'm just gonna watch this really exhilarating Pro Tour that's Legacy for some strange reason.
Sounds good, Terminator. I'd be pretty surprised if we play Miracles. It'll probably be Sneak and Show. Let's get all our pressure on here. Pentad, Prism, and Temples basically confirms Ad Nauseum, which our hand is very good for this matchup. We got tons of counter spells and pressure. Easiest Cryptic Command of my life. Is that water or Tito's?
Oh, this is cold water.
Alright, so they played Pact of Negation there, which means they have Simian Spirit Guide to pay for it next turn, most likely.
What is that? I found the Academy in this. Is in this deck?
Yeah, some of them play this.
What?
Because the discard decks just chew them up and spit them out. I play Jeskai Ascendancy sometimes, can't get her. That's an Eskar deck.
It's not.
Getting these Zapdos? I did. I got 2 shinies and a regular, and Christy got 2 shinies. Flying Capybara. Thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting my stuff.
What is that guy's name? Magic Sausage Cat. I have a name.
Tell Couch Guy that shirt is great. That shirt is great, by the way.
You like that?
The tie is better.
Oh, the tie is really good. I don't know if you guys can catch that. It's pretty good.
Remand have been better to use Cryptic Command later. That's interesting. I kind of just wanted to be mana efficient there, but yeah, maybe it was better to sequence that way. We're currently 2-2. We lost a matchup where Tron peeled out on us, believe it or not.
This format sucks.
There were so many Tron mirrors on coverage today. There's no way I'm not playing a deck that doesn't beat Tron.
Alright, well, I'm just playing Break Shadow then. With a handful of... I'm actually going to register 6 Ceremonious Rejections in my deck. Oh, wow, that's good.
They're going to name Pact of Negation here. Hopefully they spoils past too much of their deck that they can't kill me. Nope.
Wow, that was quick. Nice deck.
They have some weird cards in their deck, so I'm going to let them show me the whole thing here before.
Wow.
Before we concede. Do they only have 2... Oh, they must have Spirit Guides in their hand already.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a land drop still, too. Okay. Yeah, alright. Peace, Average Toaster. Have a good evening. They do. Alright, so Damping Sphere is great here. Abrade might be okay. Dispel is absurd. Ceremonious Rejection okay in this matchup? Tags Prism, and it tags,
Lotus?
Yeah, Lotus Bloom. It's better than Spell Snare, right?
Spell Snare does nothing in this matchup.
It tags exactly.
Kills your depths.
And Pentad Prism.
Blood Moon.
Rejection's probably better than Abrade.
Blood Moon's interesting, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think Blood Moon's good enough. Usually they have enough filtering. Yeah, I think Moon's just too slow, and Moon can like cut us off of having like enough colors too.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
So I think Moon is not completely free for us. So.
This deck looks horrible.
Do you have a list, by the way?
No.
You want just Friedman's list?
Yeah, StarCityGames.com/Ben Friedman's most recent article.
Okay.
Then don't let me hold your stream hostage. Just play whatever you want. I don't really care. I'm just bored. The deck's nuts. One of the locals lost in the finals of PPTQ today. There was a 78-person PPTQ in Iowa today.
78 players.
77 people left with nothing.
The person who said there really isn't anything in Iowa other than Magic and Twitch, you aren't lying, huh?
78 people, dude.
78-person PPTQ.
77 losers.
That's kind of absurd. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fetch Shock here because our health total doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast this other Serum Visions. This gives me an opportunity to find a third land, and then I can bolt them at their end step. Or we can opt at the end step. I'm going to bottom here. Yeah, I just need a land.
So nuts. How could you ever... If I showed up to an event, if I pulled into an event, and there was 50 people at it, I would turn and leave.
If it wasn't at least a 1K?
Are you kidding? There's no way.
Literally all modern events hit the cap out here. I mean, there's a reason why I've been moderately successful at what I do doing all modern.
Yeah, no kidding. It's insanity.
Take a draw. We can theoretically die next turn. I don't care. If they kill us, they kill us. I'm going to snap opt. They can play an untapped land and pass, and then if they have Spirit Guide, Angel's Grace, Ad Nauseum, they can kill us on their end step, but perfect. Well, I mean, F&M's different. Well, I guess, does the F&M cut to top 8? Like, if the F&M's not cutting to top 8, a lot of F&M's are just, like, a static number of rounds. Like, it doesn't really matter how many people are at them.
Top 8.
But, like, a PPTQ is, like, Swiss plus top 8. So, like, playing a 78-player one of those seems kind of absurd.
My problem is that they're winner take all tournaments.
Basically, yeah.
So, what's the point? Even if I knew I was the best player in the room, there's no chance I would still play. There's no way. No way.
Alright, I think...
This shit format.
Man, how low can we go? Am I going to fetch shock again here? I think I am.
I don't want to kill you one way.
Yep, you're not wrong. I'm going to Serum Visions here and then drop Wet Ball into play. Tarmogoyf's kind of appealing, though.
Yeah, Tarmogoyf's great. I don't think it's...
I'm going to bottom this, top this. I'm going to play the Wet Ball. I really don't want to die next turn. I think holding up just Dispel means there's a good chance I die next turn. And this way, next turn I can go Island, play Tarmogoyf next turn, and then have up a Dispel still, or a Remand, potentially. You have all the mana, opponent. Opponent can technically combo through Damping Sphere, but it's very difficult.
The Damping Sphere is going to be a little annoying now.
So it is annoying for us too, isn't it?
Yeah. I might have bolted.
Oh, at their end of turn? Yeah, that's probably correct. I wasn't thinking about that.
Because now you can't. Well, you still can.
I can bolt plus Dispel on their turn, yeah. I have to let that go because my Dispel costs two right now.
Yeah, it sucks.
People always get this card symmetrical.
Yeah, it's well designed.
It is well designed, yep.
Odd. 10 years from mistakes they've learned. At least with this one.
My sequencing here is medium, but it's whatever.
Yes, I would
Should play this post-combat.
Certainly have attacked first. Loose format.
So, in order to combo us, the Angel's Grace costs 1, Ad Nauseum costs 6, Lightning Storm costs 5.
So, yeah.
I'm going to remand this.
So you could...
And now if they want to replay it for 4, they have to burn most of the counters off their Pented Prisms. That's good for us.
What do they play? Like Wipe Away? Is that it?
Yeah.
To get rid of this?
Echoing Truth.
Echoing Truth. And do they play Repeal or no?
I just submitted a deck. When would you send it back? Because I don't always have access to my computer. If you just submitted a deck, I might not get to it till like tomorrow night. Because I'm not gonna go through them tonight after I go to bed.
That's really bad.
What if I Cryptic Bounce this? I kind of like that. I guess I Cryptic Bounce at their end of turn. Let's opt and see what we get. No, they paid 4. They paid 4. Wait. Did they only pay 3?
Yeah, they paid 3.
I remanded it.
2 counters.
They pitched a Spirit Guide.
Spirit Guide.
They pitched a Spirit Guide. All right.
Yeah, so if they don't do anything, you can bounce.
You caught me there too for a second. And I noticed that they had thrown a card off to the side here.
Totally fire balanced.
So I'm gonna end step, say pick this up, so that way they're dead on board.
Another push. What's this? They going for it?
I mean, well, you can add Nauseum in response.
I think that's 1 spell. Oh,
Am I dead?
Minute?
Oh, I think they're forgetting about this.
Yeah, they won. They won.
They already pitched a Spirit Guide, so that means they have 3 Spirit. No, I'm dead. They have 3.
4.
They have 3 Spirit Guides left. I messed up. I wasn't thinking about the Ad Nauseum kill us in response. They have exactly 4. Yeah, that was bad. Because they have 1 in the Pented Prism, and then they have 3 Spirit Guides in their deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good game, opponent. I fucked that up. So, I think there's a chance I messed up the blue-white matchup as well. This deck has some interesting things going on, but it really just feels like it's pulling in a lot of different directions. The 2 mana counter spells alongside like the tap out 3 and 4 drops just like feels really awkward. I think Delver felt okay. I'm a pretty big fan of this card in general. Just like I feel like 20 spells is fine. A lot of people are gonna look at this and go, oh, it's not the 50% that you see in like Legacy, but I think like even having a 1/3 chance of this like being absurd the turn after you play it is like very, very good.
20 spells in deck?
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's less than that, isn't it?
I think it's less.
No, it's 20. Yeah, it's
4?
21 lands, 18 creatures, an artifact, and then 20 instant sorceries. Yeah, it's exactly 20.
Yeah. That is atrocious.
All right.